I just wanted to show you a few tips on how to color with colored pencils or pencil crayons. Here you can see I'm using a light pressure to apply the color to the paper. Crayola crayons are not very pigmented, so the color isn't going to be very rich on the first pass. You have to go over the area multiple times in order to get a rich color. Here I'm applying a darker color, a darker shade of brown, just to get the shadows. This is very easy to do. Of course, using a very sharp pencil is important so that you get into the white of the paper. This paper is just regular copy paper that you would have at home. It's not very thick, so it doesn't have a lot of tooth, as we would say. So you just imagine where your shadows would be. It takes some time, so be patient and keep going. It doesn't have to be perfect, just do it. Here I go again, another layer of the light brown, and still using light pressure. I think I added a bit more pressure this time. Of course, you can see the color brightening up nicely. Go again with the darker brown. A little more pressure. Layers are very important in creating colored pencil art. It's looking good so far, don't you think? Here I go again with another layer of light brown, using some more pressure. Try to keep even with your pressure. At this point I'm blending in the darker brown and burnishing, which is pushing that pencil into the paper. Of course, after you burnish you can't apply too much more color, so you want to save the burnishing for the last layer. Do the same thing with the leaves and the other parts of the picture. Use a darker green, just to get some contrast. Of course, there will be shadow in the trees, amongst the leaves themselves. I did that purple butterfly with the raspberry and the violet blended together and the orange. And now I'm using a golden yellow for this dragonfly. And here I go again with a dark brown for the shadows. And then you use the yellow to blend it all together. Here I wanted to show you the differences between the different crayons, the different brands. I have 4 brands. Well, I have more than 4, but I chose to use 4 for this video. First up, I'm using Prismacolor. This is pink, and you know, just with one layer you can see it's already richer than Crayola. Here's Crayola. This is bubblegum pink. Of course, you can see it's not very pigmented. It has a lot of wax in the binder, so it's not as much pigment. So you have to put much more layers down. And that you see me brushing away, that's called a wax bloom. Up next is Polychromos by Faber Castell. This one has an oil-based binder, so it's water resistant and less likely to produce wax bloom. It's much sturdier than Prismacolor, but not as creamy. Still gives a great result. So if you prefer a creamy feel, then you can go with Prismacolor. Polychromos are much more expensive than Prismacolor pencils. And Prismacolor pencils are more expensive than Crayola. Here you see me using the darker pink and then the light pink to blend the 2 pinks. Of course, a sharp pencil helps with this process. And lastly, my absolute favorite, the Caran Luminance pencils. They are light fast, I think they should last up to 100 years. They're highly pigmented and they are wax and oil mix based pencil. They are so blendable that you can actually mix your own colors. Their range of pinks were not as great as the other brands, but that's okay because you can make your own colors. They are so blendable, it's so amazing. Just watch as the dark color blends right out into that light pink. Beautiful. You don't need as many layers as Crayola, but still to get great results you want to, do 2 or 3 layers. Of course, the winner is clear. The Caran Luminance took it away. Here I am showing my finished piece with the Luminance on the left and the Crayola on the right. Grab a free copy today on my website at thecraftpeople.com. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.